Start on the feet and we'll go from there. But yeah, I think he's going to try and mix it up. I think he's going to probably try and get on the wrestling early, I'd imagine. Looking back on the Bilal fight, he probably sees that Bilal's mistake was maybe not getting on the wrestling early. So yeah, I expect in the first round we'll get into some, at least some grappling exchanges. You know?
Perth's own Jack Della Maddalena is gearing up for the biggest challenge of his career, a showdown with Islam Makhachev, the reigning UFC lightweight champion. As the MMA world buzzes with anticipation, we go inside the life of one of Australia's most promising fighters to see how he's preparing for a bout that could redefine his legacy. It's 6 a.m. in Western Australia, and while most of the city is still waking up, Jack is already deep into his first training session. The air inside Scrappy MMA is thick with focus. Every punch, every takedown drill is deliberate. Della Maddalena's trademark crisp boxing is on full display, but this camp is different. Facing a grappling maestro like Makhachev means more time grinding on the mats, more hours spent with elite wrestlers flown in from Dagestan and the U.S. to replicate Islam's relentless pressure. By midday, Jack transitions to strength and conditioning. There's no wasted motion. Every lift, sprint, and drill is fine-tuned for explosiveness and endurance. His coaches monitor every heartbeat, ensuring he can maintain pace even when Makhachev drags him into deep waters. Between sessions, recovery is king. Ice baths, mobility work, and precise nutrition to fuel the grind. As evening hits, the intensity gives way to strategy. Jack sits with his coaches, breaking down hours of footage. They analyze Islam's tendencies, the setups, the level changes, the subtle feints. The room buzzes with quiet confidence. Della Maddalena knows the odds, but he also knows his power. Timing and composure can change a fight in an instant. For Jack Della Maddalena, this isn't just another training camp. It's a mission. The goal: shock the world and become the first man to solve the puzzle that is Islam Makhachev. Every moment, from sunrise to sunset, is a step toward that cage. And come fight night, fans will see the result of a fighter who's left nothing to chance.
I'm going to go for it, you know. I would love, obviously, that'd be the best case scenario, get the finish. I can see it happening, you know. I can see it blowing the roof off, MSG, taking out pound for pound one, number one with no doubts, you know. Finish would be the dream.
When it comes to Jack Della Maddalena's rise through the UFC ranks, one name is always close behind. Ben Vickers, the head coach at Scrappy MMA, and the architect of Jack's evolution from a regional prospect to a world-class contender. As Jack prepares for his toughest test yet, Islam Makhachev, Vickers gives fans a rare glimpse into what's happening behind closed doors in Perth. People think Jack's just a boxer, Vickers says with a grin. But this camp has been all about becoming a complete mixed martial artist. We know what Makhachev brings: the pressure, the chain wrestling, the top control. So we're not running from that. We're embracing it. Under Vickers' watchful eye, training has been relentless. Early mornings are spent perfecting defensive wrestling and scrambles, often with imported training partners who mirror Makhachev's Dagestani-style grappling. Jack's been living on the mats, Vickers adds. It's not just about stopping the takedown, it's about making Islam work for every position, forcing him to fight at our pace. Afternoons belong to striking. Sharp, surgical, and uniquely Jack. Vickers has refined Della Maddalena's movement and timing to make every punch count. If Islam makes a mistake, Jack will find it, says Vickers. He's one of the best readers of distance I've ever seen. We're preparing for 25 minutes of hell, but we know Jack can end it in one moment. Beyond the physical grind, Vickers emphasizes the mental aspect. Jack's unshakable. He's not overwhelmed by names or hype. He's been visualizing this fight for months. When that cage door closes, it's just another man in front of him. As the fight draws closer, Ben Vickers' confidence is clear. Not in arrogance, but in preparation. This is the best version of Jack Della Maddalena we've ever had. If Islam underestimates him for even a second, that's when we make history.
Feel that's how it's going to play out come New York time?
Yeah. Yeah, I do. I just don't think Islam has the chin that Bilal has.
You feel like it's a situation where this is going to be an eventual down the line, like third, fourth round? Or do you think people might even be shocked to see it happen earlier on?
We know for a fact if Jack clips someone clean on the chin, they can go over. So it could happen in the first minute. It could happen in the 24th minute. It could happen in the 24-minute, 59 seconds. It could happen 3 rounds in. Jack likes long fights. You know, he likes to be in there. But obviously we're not getting paid for overtime. So if the opportunity arises, we're happy to take it. But Jack's cardio, as we saw, Bilal's reputedly the best cardio in the UFC, and Jack out cardioed him. Bilal was more tired than Jack towards the end of the fight. So you know, Jack's cardio is exceptional, his power is exceptional, and yeah, I like the fight. I really do.
Dude, I'll tell you, it's exciting times as well, because obviously you guys are focused on Islam, but just the other weekend, Makhachev, he went out there, won the middleweight title, and before he did, he was already sort of mentioning you guys, saying, hey, I'd love to move back down to potentially welterweight, fight that Australian guy.
As the countdown continues toward Jack Della Maddalena's monumental fight with Islam Makhachev, his longtime coach Ben Vickers isn't shy about addressing what he sees in the champions game, and where they believe Jack can exploit openings. Calm, confident, and analytical, Vickers has been studying Makhachev for months, dissecting every detail of the lightweight king style. Look, Islam's phenomenal, Vickers admits. He's one of the best to ever do it. Elite grappler, great composure, and he's improved massively on the feet. But nobody's perfect. Every fighter has patterns, and Islam's no different. According to Vickers, one of those patterns is predictability under striking pressure. When Islam gets tagged clean or forced backward, he reverts to instinct. Level change, clinch, cage pressure. That's where Jack's composure comes in. He doesn't rush, he picks his shots. If Islam shoots desperate, that's where we can make him pay. Vickers also points to the pace and rhythm of Makhachev's fights. He's used to controlling the tempo. He dictates where the fight goes, on the mat, against the fence, wherever he wants it. But if Jack keeps him guessing, forces him to defend instead of attack, that's uncharted territory for Islam. You take away control, and suddenly he's reacting instead of leading. And then there's the striking differential, something Vickers believes could be the key. Islam's striking is solid, but Jack's is different. It's instinctual, it's sharp, it's built from years of pure boxing and adapted beautifully to MMA. We're not looking to out-grapple Islam. We're looking to make him fight in a range he doesn't like, where he's vulnerable, where Jack thrives. Still, Vickers isn't underestimating the champion. We respect everything Islam brings, but respect doesn't mean fear. We're preparing for the best version of him, and we know exactly where the fight can turn. Jack doesn't need 25 perfect minutes. He just needs one perfect moment. As fight night looms, Ben Vickers' quiet confidence speaks volumes. Makhachev's human. He bleeds, he breathes, he makes mistakes. And when he does, Jack will be ready to make him pay for it.
What are a couple of things about Islam that you think a lot of people sort of miss when they fight him? Like a couple of X factors that have made him so successful that people maybe haven't really picked up in the past?
I kind of veer the other way. And I feel like people put Islam on a pedestal. And don't get me wrong, I am not doubting Islam's credentials in the slightest. He is pound for pound number one. He's the GOAT. he's the best guy to have ever done it for me. But for me now, it's the first time watching footage of Islam and not just enjoying watching him fight, and actually looking at where can we take advantage of some of the weaknesses that we perceive, some of the best spots where the opportunities arise. And I've seen a lot that I like, that I can work with, having now actually taken an analytical approach to watching Islam rather than just enjoying him, watching him waste people, you know? So I think it's more the other way around. I think you could rephrase the question on what are Islam's weaknesses, as opposed to what everyone thinks, you know? That's the way I look at it. I'm not going to go into that, but I do see things there that we're working on, that we're trying to capitalize upon. And although he's an amazing fighter, I think Jack's better.
It's going to be interesting to see when it's fight night what Islam's game plan is with Khabib and the team. Do you imagine it's going to be a situation? Do you imagine it's going to be a situation?
I don't think it's that hard to work out.
New training footage of Jack Della Maddalena has just surfaced, and it's sending ripples through the MMA world. Shot inside Perth's Scrappy MMA, the video shows a sharper, faster, and more calculated version of the Australian welterweight, one who looks ready to test himself against the lightweight king, Islam Makhachev. The footage opens with Della Maddalena flowing through pad work, each punch landing with laser precision. His trademark boxing is still the centerpiece, but what stands out this time is the refinement. The angles, the footwork, the patience between strikes. There's no wild energy, only controlled aggression. Every movement looks measured, efficient, and dangerous. Then the scene shifts. Jack is deep in grappling exchanges, grinding through drills with elite wrestlers and jiu-jitsu specialists. In one clip, he scrambles out of a tight body lock, spinning into top position with surprising fluidity, a clear sign of how much his defensive wrestling has evolved. In another moment, he's seen rolling with Craig Jones, one of the world's best grapplers, trading submissions and escapes at a world-class pace. It's the kind of footage that makes you take notice. Della Maddalena isn't just preparing to fight, he's preparing to adapt. Against a fighter like Islam Makhachev, whose control, pressure, and grappling mastery have broken so many opponents, adaptation is everything. And from what this training shows, Jack's doing just that. Toward the end of the video, we see him back on his feet, throwing crisp combinations, feinting, and slipping shots as coaches shout cues in the background. The intensity is high, but the focus is higher. This is a fighter fine-tuning every aspect of his game, building the confidence to face one of the most dominant champions in the UFC today. As the footage makes the rounds, fans and analysts alike are starting to ask the same question. Could Jack Della Maddalena be the man to truly test Islam Makhachev? From what we've just seen, he's leaving no stone unturned to find out. For Jack Della Maddalena, this isn't just another fight. It's a moment. As he prepares to walk into the bright lights of Madison Square Garden, the Australian welterweight speaks with a calm conviction that cuts through the noise. "I'm gonna go for it," Jack says with a grin. I can see it blowing the roof off MSG. It's that quiet confidence that has defined Della Maddalena's rise. Fight after fight, he's delivered. Crisp striking, unshakable composure, and a killer instinct that's turned him from local prospect to global contender. But this stage is different. the Garden has hosted legends, title fights, and unforgettable wars. Now, Jack is ready to etch his name among them. Inside Scrappy MMA, the grind continues. Long days, short nights, and a relentless focus on perfection. His coaches push him to his limits, demanding the precision that separates the good from the great. Every sparring round, every wrestling exchange, every pad session is another brick in the foundation for the biggest fight of his life. Jack knows what's at stake. Across from him stands Islam Makhachev, a champion defined by control, dominance, and discipline. But Jack isn't coming to survive. He's coming to shock the world. "You can't play it safe against a guy like Islam," he says. "You've got to meet him head on. I'm not holding back. I'm going for it." As fight night approaches, the energy around Madison Square Garden builds. Australian fans are flying in. The MMA community can feel it. Something special brewing under the bright lights of New York City. Jack Della Maddalena stands at the edge of history, ready to swing, ready to risk it all. And if he connects, if that moment lands, the sound of Madison Square Garden erupting might just echo around the world.
He's obviously a very good fighter, big challenge, one of the best in the world. So honestly, preparation is much the same. Challenging 5-round title fight. So just working on a solid game plan and then going to put it together on November 15th.
Do you feel like you're going to get the finish in this one?
I'm going to go for it. I would love, obviously, that'd be the best case scenario, get the finish. I can see it happening. I can see it blowing the roof off MSG, taking out pound for pound number one with no doubts. Finish would be the dream.
His grappling's a bit better than Bilal's, but he gets hit a lot more than Bilal does. Does that give you confidence that you're going to be able to tag him a few times?
I mean, definitely, they're different fighters, different challenges. So yeah, obviously there's some similarities within the grappling style, but yeah, I definitely look at Islam as a completely different challenge, different, more of a finishing ability, more powerful on the feet. So yeah, different challenge, and I'm excited for it.
Do you expect him to try and turn that off? Do you expect Islam to try and strike with you, or do you think that his game plan might try and take you down?
It's hard to expect anything. I definitely feel like he will test the feet. I think it's going to start on the feet, and we'll go from there. But yeah, I think he's going to try and mix it up. I think he's going to probably try and get on the wrestling early, I'd imagine. Looking back on the Bilal fight, he probably sees that Bilal's mistake was maybe not getting on the wrestling early. So.
And that's a wrap on Jack Della Maddalena's road to MSG, a man ready to risk it all under the brightest lights in combat sports. How will it play out against Islam Makhachev? We'll find out soon enough. This is Octagon HQ bringing you closer to the fight.